A whole civilization will die tonight. Those were the exact words posted by the President of the United States. This is not in a movie or a TV show. It is the actual sitting president of the most powerful country on the earth who said those words today. And if you think this is just a political talk, stay with me, because what is happening right now between the US and Iran is one of the most dangerous situations we've ever seen in decades. And most people have no idea how deep this goes. Let me break it all down for you. So here's what's happening. According to reports, Donald Trump posted a message that sent shockwaves around the world. He wrote, and I'm quoting directly, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again." I don't want that to happen, but it's probably will. Read that again. The President of the United States is talking about the death of an entire civilization, Iran, millions of people, a country with thousands of years of history. Now, before we go any further, let me ask you this. Do you think words like that from a world leader should ever be posted publicly? Drop your answers in the comments. I genuinely want to know what you think. But here is where it goes interesting. Because Trump did not stop there, in the same post, he also said something that sounded almost painful. He wrote about, and I'm paraphrasing here, the possibility of regime change, smarter minds taking over, and something revolutionary wonderful happening. He even said, "God bless the great people of Iran." So on one hand, he's talking about a civilization dying. On the other hand, he's blessing the Iranian people and hinting at a deal. Which is it? Is it a threat or an olive branch? Because right now, it is reading like both, and that is a dangerous thing to play with. Now let me give you the background, because this story did not start today. For the last several decades, the United States and Iran has had one of the most complicated and hostile relationships in modern history. Iran's nuclear program, US sanctions, proxy wars across the Middle East. This tension has been building for 47 years. Trump himself called it 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death. Then, on February 28th of this year, according to reports, US and Israeli forces launched military actions against Iran, even while negotiations were reportedly still ongoing. That is the moment things really escalated, and it has not stopped since. Now wait, this is the part people are not talking about. According to reports, a US fighter jet was allegedly shot down over Iran. Iranian authorities are claiming they drowned 2 US warplanes. One reportedly crashed in Kogliye and Boya Ahmed province. Another reportedly went down in the Gulf. And as of today, the search for the weapons officer of that drone jet is entering its second day. Let me sit with that for a second. A US military plane shot down over Iran. If that is confirmed, we are not talking about a political argument anymore. We are talking about active military conflict between the United States and Iran. Does that not worry you? Because it should. And this is where everything changed. Trump reportedly gave Iran a 48 hours ultimatum. He posted on Truth Social saying, and I am quoting, "Remember when I gave Iran 10 days to make a deal or open the Hormuz Strait? Remember when I gave Iran 10 days to make a deal or open the Hormuz Strait? Time running out, 48 hours remain before all hell runs down on them." Now, the Strait of Hormuz, for those who don't know, that strait is one of the most important shipping routes in the entire world. Roughly 20% of all world oil passes through it. If that strait gets blocked or attacked, we are talking about a global oil crisis, fuel prices, food prices, the global economy, all of it gets it. So when Trump says all hell will rain down if that strait is not opened, he's not just talking about Iran. He's talking about consequences that we felt everywhere, including here, including you, everywhere. Let's be honest for a second. Last week, Trump reportedly threatened to bomb Iran. back to the Stone Ages. His own Secretary of Defense, Peter Hegseth, echoed that same threat almost immediately, posting the exact same words, back to Stone Age, on X. And then during a prime-time address, Trump went even further, saying they will hit Iran extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. That is not diplomatic language, that is war language. And here's my honest question to you: where is the line? At what point does a threat become a reality, and who is really in control of this situation right now? Because from the outside looking it feels like we are watching a countdown clock and nobody is pressing pause. But it didn't stop here. Iran has been silent either. They are pushing back and reportedly claiming military victories. The whole region is on edge, and the rest of the world, including allies and rivals of the US, are watching very closely. So let me ask you this: if you were a world leader right now, what would be your move? Would you negotiate? Would you stand firm? Think about it seriously, because this is not a simple situation with a clean answer. Here is my take. What Trump is doing is maximum pressure diplomacy, using fear and force to push Iran towards a deal. Some people will say it's working because Iran is apparently still at the table. Others will say this kind of language is reckless and could spiral out of control very quickly. Both of these things can be true at the same time. The danger is not just about what happens tonight. The danger is what happens if this escalates even one more step and someone on either side make a decision they cannot take back. If you are finding this breakdown valuable, subscribe to my YouTube channel now, because I cover stories like this every single day, and this situation with Iran is moving fast. You do not want to miss the next update. So let me leave you with this. Trump said we will find out tonight, one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. He may be right about that, but here is the question I want you to answer in the comments, and I want you to be real. Honest opinion, please. Is this the beginning of a deal that changes everything, or this is the beginning of war nobody can stop? Tell me what you think, because right now the whole world is watching and your voice matters.